Y'all take a look at that woman in the thumbnail, y'all. Look at that woman's face. Look at the tears running down that woman's eyes. That's the look of a woman who is hysterical. She's distraught. She can't believe what's happening to her right now. She can't believe her life at the moment. Y'all, that is the face of a woman, a Texas woman, who shot and killed a man that she identified as her husband after he brought home another woman and professed his love to that said woman, right? Now, since the development of this story, I've since learned that this woman did not shoot and kill her husband. She shot and killed a man that she was dating that happened to be married, right? And the woman that he brought home, because he brought home to profess his love to, was not the woman who was officially his wife. It was a whole nother woman outside of the woman who was, I guess, allegedly his girlfriend on the side or whatever, right? So this man was living an entanglement of lies and deception. However, that does not make it okay for this woman to do what she did. Let this be a lesson to people, man. Acting off impulse could lead you to having bad judgment, and you could be one swift decision away from changing your whole entire life. One decision away from your life changing completely. Like, I know when that woman woke up that morning, she did not think she would be in jail for murder. She would never have thought that. However, one moment of rage led her to doing something she wished she could take back. Right? Like, it was horrible for this man to hurt this woman in this way, but you got to figure out a better way to deal with pain, to deal with I guess a moment of being embarrassed, to deal with heartbreak. You have to find better ways to deal with it, right? Because in this world, we got to understand this. Whether you're married or not, you don't own anybody. We don't own people, right? We can't make them behave in the way that we want them to behave. If a person is treating you miserably, if they're treating you wrong, you can leave, wipe your hands, and then never look back. You can leave, wipe your hands with them, and never look back, and just go on and move on with somebody else, or just move on with your life in general. Not even try to move on to somebody else immediately, but just move on with your life. And I know it's easier said than done when you love a person and you're wrapped up into them, but it's better to just move on than to kill a person, than to take a person's life. Because nobody want to be sitting in jail doing 20, 30 years. That's never cool, right? People got to realize that you can be upset all you want to, but the moment you take a life, while your emotions on edge, the moment you take a life could be the day you end up doing life behind bars. And I'm sure this woman probably got children, grandchildren possibly, I don't know. She probably, brothers and sisters and all of this. She got people to live for, people that love her, people that care about her, people who wish she would have just called them instead of, going off the edge. And I understand sometimes people lose it. Sometimes people just see red and they black out. But we got to be, people as human beings, we got to be more in control of our emotions, right? Because there's been times in the streets of Chicago where I've seen people be slightly disrespected in a way, or exchange words, or, been faced with some type of disrespect. Even myself, right? And if I would have just acted the wrong way and did something heinous, my life could have been gone. It could have either been taken, or, I'm not no killer or nothing like that, but let's just say I had a weapon or something, and I would have just acted off impulse, and then took somebody's life. I wouldn't be here talking to y'all. I wouldn't be here for my kids or nothing. I'd be gone, and I would be, at that point, useless to my children, to my babies. I can't provide for them behind bars. I can't love on them the way I'm supposed to love on them and be there with them every step of the way like I can as a free man, as a free human being. And we just have to be, you have to stop and think. Even when you're upset, take the time to breathe. Stop and think instead of acting off impulse. That's the problem even now in Chicago, Illinois, I see with a lot of kids. And I really hope that the Chicago public school system implements conflict resolution classes into the curriculum. Because it's a lot of kids that don't know how to handle their issues, don't know how to resolve conflict in any type of way. And the first thing they respond to disrespect with is violence. It's violence. And next thing you know, either somebody get hurt badly, somebody going to jail, something crazy is going on, you getting expelled out of school, so on and so forth. It's just, or it creates a cycle of violence after that, right? But back to this topic at hand, man. Like, I know this woman, like, she regrets all of that. I can tell how she looking in that picture. She regrets that whole situation. She wish she would have thought that through. And I wish she would have too, man. But I'm seeing people reading the story and like, oh my God, he brought a woman to their house. He playing in her face. He playing in her face. She did the right thing. She did the right thing. I see all people talking about something. I wouldn't let nobody play with me like that. I would have shot him too. Yeah, that shit sounds good. That shit sounds good. You keep telling that woman you did the right thing all you want to. She ain't trying to hear that shit because she knows she didn't. And that's why she crying in this mugshot, because she realized she made the worst decision of her life. The worst mistake of her life. She just took a human being's life. A person that she had to have loved and cared about and adored. And she did it in an act of rage. And now she probably wish she could take that all back because she can't return them back to this earth. That man probably had children himself. And again, what he did was not right. It was wrong. But it doesn't absolve her from killing him. He got a family, probably got children. He lived for people that care about him, that had nothing to do with whatever he had going on. That had nothing to do with none of the philandering he was doing and nothing like that, right? And then they left to be without a father or a grandfather or whatever, or a son, brother, whatever. People are left in a whole state of disarray and a state of sorrow. Just like she is, because she realized she killed the man, right? And all that talking tough that I know y'all doing, oh, I would have done the same thing. You ain't gonna play with me like that. I did the same thing. You saying that shit because that shit sound cool on social media. It sounds edgy to be a person. Oh, y'all, because a lot of women be talking that, oh, I'm crazy shit. No, don't play with me like that. I'll stab one of you girls. You playing with me. I'll shoot one of these motherfuckers. Don't play with me like that. That shit sound cool until that judge telling you got 30, 35 years. And you sitting in jail with a wet pillow because you crying your eyes out at night, realizing that you is not a dream, and you can't leave there. You can't leave there when you want to, man. I got people in my family. I told you about my uncle did 11 years straight. My cousin did 10 years straight. They tell me the worst thing you could think about is dreaming that you free and wake up and realize you in that box. You in a cell. That's a horrible feeling, man. That's a horrible feeling. And again, I know this woman wish she could take all that back, man. Because, whoo, man, golly, that's horrible. I'm looking at this woman's image in this thumbnail. I'm looking at how she looks in that thumbnail. You could tell she wished all of that would have never occurred. If she had a rewind button, she would use it immediately. And I'm like, man, it's just, I don't know, man. It's crazy, but I've seen things like this on the show Snapped and all that, and people in lovers quarrel going over the edge, a crime of passion leading people to just take lives or, and do all type of heinous things that they wish they could always just take back, man. But unfortunately, when you do that, we don't have no rewind button in life, and now she has to live with the consequences of her actions. And it really happened because she didn't breathe. She didn't think. She didn't sit down and say, oh my God, just talk to yourself to stop you from going over the edge. Because I know it can be easy to go over the edge when you are upset and somebody betrays you and betrays your love and trust or whatever. I understand that. I get that. But you have to be mindful of the things that you do. Because nobody, and I repeat, nobody want to be sitting in jail right now. I made a video talking about your boy Young Thug and them facing them RICO charges, all of that. They don't want to go to jail and be in there 30, 40 years till they old and all of that. Nobody want to be in jail like that. You facing all them charges. It's not a cool thing. It ain't pretty. It ain't edgy when the judge is telling you got to do that time. So all the people on there, all on the internet, because it's the girls. She did right. I've seen a majority of the girls, this dude's too saying that too. But even if this was a guy, and this happened with a girl was doing him like that, brother, you calm down, you get yourself together, you compose yourself, you get your things, your belongings, and you leave. You leave that woman, you leave her hanging high and dry. Go ahead and go continue with your life. You probably find you a new woman that'll treat you better, that'll do you right. That's not going to embarrass you, that's not going to betray your love and trust, and you continue to live your life happily. But you don't kill that woman because that woman betrays you. You don't take her life because neither me nor you are God. We're not God. We don't decide who lives and dies. So, it's a terrible situation, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this story. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Machiavelli Mills TV. I'm out. Peace.